press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, welcome to social science class. In the last period we have discussed the nationalism in India, why non-cooperation, what are the functions of non-cooperation during the non-cooperation movement, and next then we have discussed the Swaraj, the meaning of rebellion, Swaraj, the meaning of countryside, Swaraj, the meaning of town, Swaraj, the meaning of plantations. These are all have been discussed in the last class. In this session, let us discuss about the towards the civil disobedience. Towards civil disobedience. Okay, look at the board carefully. After the non-cooperation movement, by the end of in February 1922, by the end of non-cooperation movement, non-cooperation which means non-cooperate to the British administration. There are a number of people who left, the students who left schools and colleges. Foreign cloth was burned, foreign goods were refused by the merchants. These are all the programs which were happened in the non-cooperation movement. But by the end of 1921, early of 1922, in February, Mahatma Gandhi decided to withdraw the non-cooperation movement. Mahatma Gandhi decided to withdraw the non-cooperation movement. Why? Because the non-cooperation movement and Khilafat movement, these two movements, they were going parallelly. Non-cooperation movement, it was headed by Mahatma Gandhi in the behalf of Hindu community. But Khilafat movement, it was headed by Shaukat Ali and Muhammad Ali, behalf of Muslim community. These two groups, they were going very commonly, and there are number of programs which were happened before between 1920 to 1922. But suddenly Mahatma Gandhi decided to withdraw the non-cooperation movement. Why did he decide to withdraw the non-cooperation movement? Because he felt the movement was turning violent. Mahatma Gandhi believed that. Mahatma Gandhi did not believe violent method. He always believed non-violence method. Mahatma Gandhi he needed non-violence method. Satyagraha and next to Haratal, picketing. These are all the functions were made by Mahatma Gandhi. But when during the non-cooperation movement in the 1922, Chauri Chaura incident which happened, 22 police plus one sub-inspector were burnt in the fire. It was burnt by peasants of Chauri Chaura. I told you the story in the last period. This is one of the fully violence method. He did not like Mahatma Gandhi did not wish this incident. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಈ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆದ್ರಿಂದ therefore Mahatma Gandhi decided to withdraw non-cooperation movement because he felt the movement was 1 marks question, 2 marks question, 2 or 3 marks question. Why did Mahatma Gandhi decide to withdraw the non-cooperation movement? Why did Mahatma Gandhi decide to withdraw the non-cooperation movement? Yake? Why? Because answer is he felt the movement was turning violent in many places, and satyagrahis needed to be properly trained before they would be ready for mass struggles. He felt that was turning violent because due to the Chauri Chaura incident. He felt that very bad. Gandhiji was very disappointed by this incident. That's why he decided to withdraw the non-cooperation movement. Why? Because 3 marks question. He felt the movement was turning violent in many places, and satyagrahis needed to be properly trained before they would be ready for mass struggle. From year to year, you have to write this answer. Why did Gandhiji decide to withdraw the non-cooperation movement? He felt that movement was turning violent in many places and satyagrahis needed to be properly trained before they would ready to mass struggle. Satyagrahis, all the Satyagrahis, they had done violent method. But Gandhiji did not like violent method. That's why Satyagrahis needed to be properly trained. What were the main aims of Mahatma Gandhiji? What are the thoughts of Mahatma Gandhiji? Mahatma Gandhiji always believed that non-violence, truth, peace. But the people of Satyagrahis, they were making non-violence. That's why Satyagrahis needed to be properly trained before they would be ready for mass struggles. Within the Congress, some leaders were by no tired of mass struggles. And within the Congress, there are two groups. The first one is leftist, second one is rightist. There are two groups. Some leaders were not tired by of mass struggles and wanted to participate in the election to provincial council that had been set up by the government of India Act 1919. Before 1909, one act was enacted that was popularly known as Minto-Morley Act. After 10 years, Government of India Act 1919, it was enacted. It was headed by Montego Chelmsford. Montego, he was the Governor General, and next Chelmsford, he was the Viceroy of India. These two members were headed to Montego Chelmsford Act, and also it was called as Government of 1990 Act. According to this act, it gave opportunity to provincial elections. ಈ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊವಿನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಪ್ರೊವಿನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ which means Mysore, it was one of the province. Hyderabad was one of the province, and next one is Kerala was one of the province, and next Maratha province. These are all the province. The provincial election should be made, should be elected. That's why some leaders participate. Some leaders, they wanted to participate in the election to provincial council that had been set up by Government of India Act 1919. They felt that it was important to oppose. They felt that it was important to oppose British policies within the council, argue for reform, and also demonstrate that these councils were not truly democratic. They felt it was important to oppose British policies. Andre within the Congress, within the council ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇದ್ದು ನಾವು British ನ policy, whatever the policy which was implemented by, if we oppose, we have to elect. ನಾವು elect ಆಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. To oppose the British policies within the Congress, argue for reform. The first one is, what were the uses of these election? Oppose British policies within the council. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ನಾವು ಅಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. Argue for reform. British ಏನ ರಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, whatever the reform which was done by British, we have to argue that, on basis on that, also demonstrate that these council were not truly democratic. Demonstrate, which means show, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರದರ್ಶನ ಮಾಡಿ. ಏನು? These council were not truly democratic. C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru formed Swaraj Party within the Congress to argue for a return to council politics. After the 1922, after the non-cooperation movement, Gandhiji was arrested. After 22 next further years, it was called as political vacuum period. There was no Gandhi. Movement was not strong without Gandhi. Any movement it was struck because there was no Gandhi. Gandhiji was in the jail. Gandhiji was at jail because he was arrested by the British. After, due to the health reason, Gandhiji was released in 1924. But 2 years it was called as political vacuum period. But here when Gandhiji was not there in the freedom struggle movement, in this year there was another group. It was founded, that was called as Swaraj Party. These people, these councils were not truly democratic ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಹಂಗಾದ್ರೆ who founded Swaraj Party? C.R. Das, Chittaranjan Das. He was the political guru of Subhash Chandra Bose. C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru, not Jawaharlal Nehru, Motilal Nehru and C.R. Das formed the Swaraj Party in 1923. One marks question. Who founded Swaraj Party? The Swaraj Party was founded by C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru. Swaraj Party was founded by C.R. Dasu and Motilal Nehru. I told you 1 marks question. Formed a Swaraj Party within the Congress to argue for a return council politics. Return council politics. ಅವರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? ಅವರು ಆರ್ಗ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು within the Congress to argue for a return council politics. They wanted return council politics ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. They did not want oppose politics. ಅಂತ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಲೀಡರ್ ಹಂಗಾದ್ರೆ one side C.R. Das, Motilal Nehru, Hakim Ajmul Khan, Vittalabhai Patel, Srinivas Iyengar, they are the supporters of council election. But somebody, they opposed council election, those who Rajagopalachari, Rajendra Prasad, Vallabhai Patel, Veera Raghavachar, Annie Besant. These people, they opposed this council election. But somebody, they supported this council election. Who were there? C.R. Das, Motilal Nehru, Hakim Ajmullah Khan. These people, they wanted to show their strength in the council struggle, and they wanted to oppose the British reformation within the council. That's why they formed a new party, and they were elected in the election in the Swaraj Party. Swaraj Party ಇಂದ ಅವರು ಗೆದ್ದು ಬಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರು. Argue return the council politics, but young leader like Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose, young leader Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose pressed for more radical mass agitation for full India independence. Full India independence. Okay. Here ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿದೆ ಹಂಗೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. Next ಏನು young leaders, those two people, one is Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India, and Subhash Chandra Bose, the great freedom fighter of India. These two people pressed for more radical mass agitation and they wanted full independence. More radical which means extremist, not non-violence method. They wanted violence method. Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose. The British, they told that we have to drive out the British from India by using of violence method. That's why these two people, Subhash Chandra Bose, Jawaharlal Nehru, young leaders, Bisi Rakta avರಲ್ಲಿ Bisi Rakta young leader, pressed for more radical. Those who pressed for more radical mass agitation, Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose. Why did they press? Because they wanted full independence, Swarajya. They did not want election. They did not want freedom. They wanted Swarajya. They wanted to British drive up from India. Those two people, Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose. And next, in such situation, internal debate and dissension. Debate which means debate ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು discussion ಒಳಗೆ ಯಾರು one is leftist and another one is rightist. Those who are called leftist, the leftists are, the first one is leftist are Motilal Nehru, Ajmullah Khan, Subhash Chandra Bose, and rightists were C.R. Das, and next one is leftist ಯಾರಂದ್ರೆ leftist Congress, C.R. Das, Motilal Nehru, Hakim Ajmullah Khan, Vittalabhai Patel, and rightist Hakim Ajmullah, Rajendra Prasad, Rajagopalachari, Vallabhai Patel. These two peoples, they were internal struggling. They were fighting each other. Debate, dissension, Bhinnabhiprayagalu, two factors again shaped Indian politics towards the late 1920s. Here, in such a situation, there was no Gandhi because Gandhi was arrested after by the end of non-cooperation movement. Okay, because Gandhi provoked the people. We have to arrest the Gandhi. The British felt that we have to arrest the Gandhi. That's why they arrested the Gandhi in 1922. In this period, it was political vacuum period. These two people, C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru, they founded Swaraj Party, and leftist and rightist. These two people, the debate took place between these two peoples. Dissension, ಭಿನ್ನಾಭಿಪ್ರಾಯಗಳು ಇದ್ವು ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ಬರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ. One side, C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru, they wanted to elect They wanted to participate in the council election. Here you can clearly understand. Look at the board. One side C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru. C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru. These are the leftists. Just this is the left hand. Okay, these are the leftist. Right hand. This is the right hand. Leftist. Left C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru. Right Rajagopalachari, Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and next another means Rajendra Prasad, Jawaharlal Nehru. These two people, right? These left. They wanted to participate in the election, and they did not want election. They wanted radical mass agitation. They wanted radical mass agitation, and they wanted full freedom. Okay, now these two people, leftist and rightist, there was a debate and dissension. Two factors again shaped Indian politics towards the late 1920s. This shape. The first was effect of worldwide economic depression. Okay, the first was one question, 2 marks question. What were the factors that shaped the Indian politics towards the late 19th centuries? Write the question. What were the factors that shaped the Indian politics towards late 19th century? The first one factor is agriculture prices. What were the factors? What were the factors shaped the Indian politics towards the later 1920s? The first one factor is, the first was the effect of worldwide economic depression. After the First World War, when was it ended? 1918. When was it started? 1914. There were two groups. The first one is Triple Entity and Triple Alliance. Finally, Triple Alliance, it won this war. After there was many impacts on the world due to the First World War. First one impact is agricultural prices began to fall from 1926 and collapsed after 1930. Agriculture ಏನಾಯ್ತು, it was going to be very tough. Agriculture prices began to fall ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಯ್ತು. ಯಾವಾಗಿಂದ? From 1926, and finally it was collapsed after 1930. Point number 1, what were the factors shaped Indian politics towards the late 1920s? Point number 1, agriculture prices began to fall from 1926 and collapsed after 1930. As the demand of second point is, the demand for agricultural goods fell because there was no agricultural production. Demand for agricultural goods, why? Because all the people, they became unemployed due to the First World War. There was a lot of destruction in the world, economically, politically, socially, educationally, culturally. The people, they were out of employ, they were out of work. Why did they have money? Hangadre elli ide avara hatra doddu? There was no money with them because there was an unemployment situation, which was one of the major reason which could be seen after the First World War. That's why, as the demand for agricultural goods fell, due to the agricultural goods fell, export declined, and export declined. Exports kuda decline aitu, agriculture enaitu, goods fell aitu, and next peasants found it difficult to sell their harvests. Difficult to say peasant. Third one point is second point, as the demand for agricultural goods fell, due to the fall, export declined. Due to the export decline, peasants found it difficult to sell their harvest. How did they sell? How do peasants sell their harvest, sell their grains, whatever they have cropped? ಏನು ಬೆಳೆದಿರ್ತಾರೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾರೋದು ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, because there was a decline of export. Difficult to sell their harvest and pay their revenue. One is, why could not they pay revenue? Because of the difficult to sell their harvests. Why did it happen? Because of the export decline. Okay na? And next, the countryside was in turmoil. Against this background, the new Tory government. Here, these are the important factors shaped Indian politics towards the later 1920s. Next, let us continue. Against this background, the new government, it was called as Tory government. Okay. Tory, which means it was one of the political party of England. It was one of the political party of England. Tory government in Britain constituted a statutory commission under Sir John Simon. Under Sir John Simon, it was also called as ಒಂದು 1919 ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಬಂತು. It was called as Government of India 1919 Act, and also it was called as Montego Chelmsford Act. In order to study of this act, the Tory government in Britain ಇದನ್ನ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟ್ಯೂಟರಿ ಕಮಿಷನರ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ದ ಜಾನ್ ಸೈಮನ್ set up in response the nationalist movement. It was set up response to the nationalist movement. How was national movement going on in India? In order to study of this national movement, Sir John Simon commission, it was set up. The commission was to link into a functioning of the constitutional system in India and suggest changes. The problem was that the problem was that the commission did not have single member. The commission a single Indian member. They were all British. Okay. One commission month. It was also called as Simon Commission 1927. It came to India 1927. It was led by Sir John Simon. Okay. Who was the head of Simon Commission? Sir John Simon. There are people who included this commission, but set up for the response of nationalist movement and also study for the 1919 Act. The commission was to look out at the functioning of constitutional system in India. How was constitutional system was going on? ಇದನ್ನ ಯಾಕೆ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ? ಹಂಗಾದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ ಜಾನ್ ಸೈಮನ್ ಕಮಿಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯಾಕೆ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರು? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್, ವಾಟ್ ವರ್ ದ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸರ್ ಜಾನ್? ವಾಟ್ ವರ್ ದ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸರ್ ಜಾನ್ ಕಮಿಷನ್ Simon? First one is response to the national movement. Next one is the commission was to look at functioning of constitutional system in India. What are the functioning? We have already, according to British felt that they have already implemented 1919 Act. How was it working? What were the changes that has to be done in India? They have to look, this commission was to look into a functioning of constitutional system in India and suggest some changes. But the problem, what were the problems? Why did the people oppose Simon Commission? Because the problem was that the commission did not have any single Indian member. Obba kuda Indian member lilla. How many? All they were British. They were all British. Okay. Here like this, they may ask the question, why was Sir John Simon Commission opposed? Because the problem was that commission did not have any single Indian member. It was formed by all British. They were all British. How can they give the justice to Indians? If there is no Indians, how can they give the justice to India? ಯಾರು ಇಂಡಿಯಾದವ್ರು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಹೇಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ? That's why the people opposed this commission in the year of 1927. Why was John Simon Commission opposed? Because the problem was that commission did not have any single Indian member. They were all British. That's why the people, they tied black tape in their horn head and they opposed, and the people tied black tie on their eyes and they opposed this Simon Commission. Simon go back. The people opposed this Simon Commission in 1927. It was headed by Lala Lajpat Rai. Okay, next to here let us continue. When the Simon Commission arrived in India 1928, it was formed in 1927 in England, but it was arrived in India 1928. When was Simon Commission arrived in India? 1928. Okay, one more question. It was greeted with slogan, "Go back, Simon." It was welcomed with the slogan, "Go back, Simon, go back, Simon, go back, Simon." It was headed by Indian. Who was the head of this Go Back Simon? Who was the head? Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Sorry. Lala Lajpat Rai. Lala Lajpat Rai. All parties, included the Congress and the Muslim League, participated in this demonstration. Okay, all this go back, Simon, go back, Simon, go back. But all parties, including irrespective of their caste, irrespective of their egoness, all parties, including the Congress and the Muslim League, participated in demonstration. Okay, ellaru participate adu. Okay, why? How was they greeted? How it was greeted? Greeted with the slogan of Go Back Simon. Why did they rise Go Back Simon? Because the problem was there was no Indian in this commission. All they were British. That's why people opposed. All parties, including Congress and Muslim leagues, opposed, participated in this demonstration. In an effort to win them over, the Viceroy Lord Irwin announced in October 1920 have vague offer of domination states. When the people opposed this movement, one of the famous leader who was died in this movement is famous name Lala Lajpat Rai. In the Lahore, Lala Lajpat Rai opposed Simon Commission. In the gathering group in front of Sanders, they opposed the brutal ruling of Sanders. Sanders ne ಎದುರಿಗೆ oppose ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. Sanders he had bitten the head of Lala Lajpat Rai. Lala Lajpat Rai ತೆಲೆಗೆ ಹೊಡೆದು ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. Lala Lajpat Rai he suddenly fell down on earth ground. ಭೂಮಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಿದ್ದುಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಬಿದ್ದು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, he was died. In the end of his life, ತನ್ನ ಕೊನೆಯ ಉಸಿರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಇಂದು ನನಗೆ ಹೊಡೆದ ಹೊಡೆತಗಳು ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ಸಾಮ್ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊಡೆದ ಕೊನೆಯ ಮಳೆಗಳು. Because the youth freedom struggle, it was based on this, he told that here you have bidden on me. It was one of the final ಕೊನೆಯ ಮಳೆಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾರು? ಲಾಲಾ ಲಜಪತ್ ರಾಯ್. Okay, in this it was one of the Simon Commission. It was opposed by Indians. Why was opposed? Because there were no Indians, they were all British. In an upward win them over, but India ಮೇಲೆ win them over ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ the Viceroy Lord Irwin announced in October 1920 a vague offer. The vague offer which was announced by Lord Irwin. What was the vague offer? Which means ಒಂದು pressure offer ಕೊಟ್ಟ. ಏನು? Dominion states. Dominion which means dominant of Indians. There were no British. Dominion status, it was opposed by Lord Irwin for India in an unspecified future. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಯಾವಾಗ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. Unspecified future. He did not tell that clearly. Who offered dominion status? Lord Irwin. And a round table conference to discuss a future constitution, they did not satisfy the Congress leaders. The radicals within the Congress led by Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose. More liberals. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. The radicals within the Congress led by Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay, first there was 3 round table conference which were held at London Palace. It was presided by Ram Max Donald ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ತಾಂತಾನೆ. There were 3, 1930, 31, 32. 1930, 31, 32. Okay, round table conference to discuss. Why were round table conference held? To discuss future constitution. One last question. Why were round table conferences held in London to discuss future constitution. They did not satisfy the Congress leaders. This did not satisfy. The Congress that's why the Congress opposed this first round table conference. Congress did not, all the members of India in behalf of Karnataka, Maharaja, who participated in round table conference. Ambedkar participated, but Gandhiji here, you can understand, you can get it. Gandhiji and Congress, behalf of Congress, who did not participate in the first round table conference. First round table conference in 1930. First round table conference, Gandhiji Bhagavaisirilla. He did not participate in this. The radicals within the Congress, led by radicals ಇತ್ತು. Okay, radicals ಇದ್ರು. Sorry, ಅದು ಕಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಹಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ. Within the Congress, the radical within the Congress led by Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose. Radical movement what was led by Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose became more assertive and liberals and moderates. Andre means ಅವರು ತುಂಬಾ liberals and moderates ಆಗಿದ್ರು, who were proposing a constitutional system within the framework of British domination. Gradually lost their importance. ನಿಧಾನವಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು, they wanted constitution within the framework of British domination. Gradually lost their importance in December 1920. Under the president of Jawaharlal Nehru, the Lahore Congress formalized the demand of Purna Swaraj. Okay, after the Simon Commission in 1920, under the presidency of Jawaharlal Nehru, the Lahore Congress formalized. Lahore Congress. When was Lahore Congress formalized? 1920. Why was it formalized? The demand of Purna Swaraj. One more question. The demand of Purna Swaraj. They wanted Purna Swaraj, which means full independence for India. It was declared that 26 January 1930. It was declared by Jawaharlal Nehru. 26 January 1930 would be celebrated as the Independent Day, when people were to take pledge to struggle the complete independence. 1930 we also today, January 26 we celebrate Purna Swaraj, which means Ganarajyotsava or Republic Day, because the commemoration of this event in 1930. ಈ ಒಂದು ಮೆಮೊರೇಷನ್ ಒಂದು ದಿಸ್ ಇವೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ January 26, 1950 ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದ commemoration of this event. 1930 it was declared 26 January 1930 would be celebrated as the Independent Day, which means Republic Day, when people were to take pledge. Jana pledge tagandre ಏನು, struggle for the complete independence. But the celebration attracted very little attention, so Mahatma Gandhi had find a way to relate this abstraction idea to freedom to more concrete issues for everyday life. ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದು ಫೇಲ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಏನು, ರಿಲೇಟ್ ದ ಅಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಿರ್ತಕ್ಕ ಟು ಮೋರ್ ಕಾಂಕ್ರೀಟ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿಡೇ ಲೈಫ್. ಇವಾಗ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕಾಣದಿರುತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕಾಣುವಂತೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತೇಳಿ ಹೋರಾಟ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ here the Salt March and the Civil Disobedience Movement. When the non-cooperation movement, Mahatma Gandhiji found in a salt powerful symbol that could unite the nation. On 31 January 1930, he sent a letter to Viceroy Irwin starting 11 demands. Mahatma Gandhiji salt, a powerful symbol that could unite the nation, on 31 January 1930, because the people, they wanted to pay salt tax during this period. Also fed up with this salt tax, because salt is a daily required material food item. That's why 31 January 1930 he sent a letter, 11 points to Viceroy Irwin starting 11 demands, irrespective of cost. Ellarnu serisi, industrialist, peasant, landlords, 11 points who has written. It was written by Mahatma Gandhiji and it gave to Lord Irwin, but these were popularly known as Lord Irwin Pact. When was Lord Irwin Pact happened? 1930, 31st January. Between whom did Lord Irwin Pact take place? Viceroy Irwin and Gandhiji. Some of these were generally interest, others were specific demands of different classes. ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ಜನರಲ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತು and some were specific demands. Let us continue. What was the specific interest? What was the general interest? From industrialist to peasants, the idea was to make the demands wide ranging. Our idea is wide ranging, so that all classes within the Indian society could unified with them and everyone could be brought together in a united campaign. So that all classes, irrespective of their classes, all classes within the Indian society could identify with them and everyone could be brought together in united campaign. ಆ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪೈನ್ ನ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ತಮ್ಮದೇ ಆಗಿರತಕ್ಕಂತ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡು ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿರಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ವಾಸ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಟು ಅಬಾಲಿಷ್ ದ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲರದು ಒಂದೊಂದು ತರ ಇತ್ತು. ಎವ್ರಿ ಒನ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್, different classes. Here others were specific demands, someone general interest. What was the general interest? What was the general interest? Demand to abolish salt tax. Salt was something consumed by the rich, the poor alike. ಯಾವುದೇ ಭೇದವಾದ ಈ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ತಿಂತಾರೆ. But rich also they had to pay tax, poor had to pay tax because it was difficult for poor people because it was a essential items of food and it was one of the essential item food. They difficult to pay this tax. Which tax? Salt tax. That's why that was a common interest. All people they opposed that. They wanted to abolish the salt tax. The one of the general common demand, which was the common demand of civil disobedience movement, to abolish salt tax. Why? Salt was something consumed by the rich and the poor alike, and it was one of the most essential items of food. Why was they opposed salt tax? It was one of the most essential items of the food. The tax on salt and the government monopoly over its production. Salt production monopoly, which means it was gained by the production. It was under control by government. Mahatma Gandhi declared, revealed the most oppressive pace of the British rule. Mahatma Gandhi declared ಮಾಡಿದೇನು, revealed, ಬಹಿರಂಗಗೊಳಿಸಿದೆ ಯಾವುದು, ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಅಪ್ರೆಸಿವ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ರೂಲ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿ ಲೆಟರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ವೇ an ultimatum. Okay, here okay, Mahatma Gandhiji, he had written 11 points in the Irwin Pact in way an ultimatum. If the demands were not fulfilled by 11 March, it was formed by when March 31 January 1930. But 11 March he had given the time to until 11 March ಈ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಗಳು ಫುಲ್ಫಿಲ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ the letter started, the Congress would launch a civil disobedience campaign. If you fail to fulfill our demands, we will definitely start civil disobedience movements. It was told by Mahatma Gandhiji. Irwin was unwilling to negotiate. He did not wish to negotiate. Irwin. Therefore, Mahatma Gandhi started his famous Salt March accompanied by 1780 of his trusted volunteers. In here, this India map, just you can draw the India map here, this side in the western coast, Gujarat. Mahatma Gandhi started his famous Salt March accompanied how many members? With 78 members. With 78 is trusted volunteers. The march, the Dandi March, it was popularly known as Dandi March, was over 240 miles from Gujarat Ashram, Sabarmati Ashram. It was started by Mahatma Gandhiji in 1916. It was one of the first institutions started by Mahatma Gandhiji in Sabarmati Ashram. To the Gujarat coastal town Dandi, here, 240 miles. The volunteers walked for 24 days. It was popularly known as Dandi March, Salt Satyagraha. Finally, Mahatma Gandhiji, 24 days, about 10 miles a day. Daily, they were walking 10 miles. It nearby 13 or 14 kilometers. Okay. Explain the Dandi March. 3 marks question. Mahatma Gandhiji letter was in a way an ultimatum. If the demands were not fulfilled by 11 March, The letter started the Congress would launch a civil disobedience campaign. Irwin was unwilling to negotiate, so Mahatma Gandhi ji started his famous salt march accompanied by 78 of his trusted volunteers. The march was over 240 miles from Gandhiji ashram in Sabarmati to the Gujarat coastal of Dandi. The volunteers walked from 24 days, about 10 miles a day. 1,000 came to hear Mahatma Gandhiji. Thousands of people who came to Mahatma Gandhiji and hear Mahatma Gandhiji. When he stopped and he told them, the people, villages people, they were welcomed Mahatma Gandhiji. And he told them what he meant by Swaraj. Andre Swaraj nam artha ಏನಂತ ಜನರಿಗೆ ವಿವರಿಸಿ he explained the meaning of Swaraj to in the countryside and urged them to peacefully defy the British. People defy the British. Okay, defy which means andre ಹೆಂಗೆ what meant by Swaraj urged andre provoked the people peacefully oppose the British. On 6th April he reached Dandi and ceremonially violated the law. He broke the salt law on 6th April. From 11 March to 6th April. Total how many days? 25 days. They were walking from 11 March to they reached 6th April Dandi and ceremonially violated the law. Manufacturing salt by boiling sea water. Sea water nalli hettikondu salt law na ಮುರಿದಾಕಿದ್ರು Mahatma Gandhi. This marked the beginning of civil disobedience. Which marked the beginning of the civil disobedience? Dandi March or Salt Satyagraha movement. How was this movement different from non-cooperation movement? People were asking not only the refuse cooperation. Okay, people were asked not only the refuse cooperation, and next with the British they had with the British as they done in 1921 to 22. With the British as they had done in 1921 to, but also break colonial laws. Thousands of in different parts of the country broke the salt law. In Karnataka also, Ankol of Karavara, it was headed by MP Nadakarni. MP Nadakarni also broke the salt law in Karnataka. So many places break colonial laws. Colonial laws means salt law. It was broken by Indians. Thousands in different parts of the country broke the salt law. Manufactured salt. How did they break the salt law? Manufacturing salt and demonstrated in front of the government salt factories. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬ್ರೋಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಡೆಮಾನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ಫ್ರಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರೀಸ್. As the movement spread, foreign cloth was boycotted and liquor shops were picketed. Peasants refused to pay revenue and chowkidari tax. Village official resigned and in many places forest people violated forest laws, going into reserved forest to collect wood and graze cattle. What were the major achievements made by Indians during the starting civil disobedience movement? Or what were the effects of Dandi Satyagraha? What were the effects of Salt Satyagraha? 4 or 5 marks question. First one point is they broke colonial laws. Second point, 1,000 in different parts of the country broke the salt law. Third, manufacture salt, demonstrated in front of the government salt factories. Fourth, foreign cloth was boycotted. Foreign cloth we would not want foreign cloths. We needed Indian cloths. And liquor shops were picketed. 6th point, liquor shops, which means alcohol shops, were picketed, which means arna ಒಳಗೆ ಯಾರು ಹೋದಂತೆ the people they prevented, oppose ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. Next 7 point, peasants refused to pay revenue and chowkidar tax. 8 point, village officials resigned their post, means chowkidar or ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. And in many places forest people violated forest laws. 8 point number 8, many places forest people violated forest laws. Okay, going into reserved forest to collect the wood and graze cattle. These are all the main functions which happened in the civil disobedience movement. Next, Worried by this development, ಇದರಿಂದ ಭಾರಿ ವರಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್. The colonial government began arresting the Congress leaders one by one. Why were they arrested? Why were arrested the British? Worried by the developments of the civil disobedience movement. What were the developments which are made civil disobedience movement? First one is broke colonial laws. Second one is 3 or 5 marks question. Carefully, broke colonial laws. 1,000 in different parts of country broke salt law. Manufactured salt, demonstrated in front of the government salt factories. Third one point, foreign cloth was boycotted. Fifth one point, liquor shops were picketed. Sixth, peasants refused to pay and chowkidar taxes. Seventh, village officials resigned. 8, many places forest people violated forest laws, going into reserved forest to collect wood and graze cattle. In this moment, worried by the developments, the colonial government began arresting the Congress leaders one by one. This led to violent clashes in many places. When Abdul Ghaffar Khan, he was a devout discipline, devout which means Paramashishya, Yara Mahatma Gandhi, was the devout disciple of who was the devout disciple of Mahatma Gandhi? Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. He was the frontier Gandhi. He was called as frontier Gandhi. Gadinada Gandhi anta karitare. Yaru? Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. He was called as frontier Gandhi. A devout disciple of Mahatma Gandhi was arrested in 1930. Angry crowds demonstrated in the streets of Peshawar, means Pakistan. There was a crowd because Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan was arrested. Facing armored cars and police firing. Many were killed a month later when Mahatma Gandhi himself was arrested. After Salt Satyagraha beginning, Mahatma Gandhi again he was arrested by the British. Industrial workers in Sholapur attacked police force. Municipal buildings, law courts and railway stations, all structures that symbolize the British rule. ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರ ಪರವಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರ ರೂಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಯಾವ the first one is industrial workers in Solapur, police posts, municipal buildings, law courts, railway station, and structures that symbolized by British rule. Okay. A frightened government was feared. Government respond with policy brutal repression. ಅದನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬ್ರುಟಲ್ repression ಮಾಡಿ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. Peaceful satyagrahis were attacked. Women and children were beaten and about 1 lakh people were arrested. This is the incident. As a result of this incident, frightened environment, policy of brutal repression. How was policy of brutal repression? Peaceful satyagrahis were attacked, women and children were arrested, beaten up, about 1 lakh people were arrested. In such situation, Mahatma Gandhi once again decided to call off the movement, entered into a free pact with Irvin on 5 March 1931. When the situation happened, people, women, children were beaten up. Mahatma Gandhi disappointed, once again decided to call off the movement. Here in the last session we have discussed the Mahatma Gandhi called off the non-cooperation movement. Here also second time again he decided to call off the movement and entered the pact with Irvin. It was popularly known as Irvin Pact on March 1931. Why this Gandhi-Irvin Pact? Because now between whom did Irvin Gandhi Pact take place? Mahatma Gandhi and Irvin. Gandhiji consented to participate in the round table conference. The Congress had boycotted the first round table conference. It was headed by Mahatma Gandhi. Boycotted, they did not participate in the first round table conference in London, and the government agreed to release the political prisoners in December 1931. Government agreed to release the political prisoners when they were arrested in the Salt Satyagraha. Due to the agreement of this, release the political prisoners. Idanna political prisoners na agreement. According to this agreement, which agreement? Irvin Pact, Gandhi-Irvin Pact. Government had to release the political prisoners. Then we will attend the second round table conference, which was held at December 1931 in London. Gandhiji went to London for the second round table conference. But the negotiation broke down and he returned disappointed. Back in India, he discovered that the government had begun new cycle repression. When Gandhiji went to London for the conference, but negotiations broke down. The Gandhiji argued Swaraj, but he was failed. He failed in this second round table conference. Negotiations broke down and returned disappointed back in India. He discovered when he came back to India, ಯಾವಾಗ ಇಂಡಿಯಾಕ್ಕೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾನೋ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಬಿಗನ್ ಎ ನ್ಯೂ ಸೈಕಲ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಷನ್, ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ರೆಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಏನು? ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ Ghaffar Khan and Jawaharlal Nehru were both in jail. It's one of the shockest news of Mahatma Gandhiji. The Congress had been declared illegal. First one is what happened after second round table conference. Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan was a frontier Gandhi. Jawaharlal Nehru were both in jail. Second, the Congress had been declared illegal party and a series of measures had been imposed to prevent meetings. Series of measures had been imposed. Should not start any meeting according to the British rule. Demonstration and boycotts with great apprehension. Mahatma Gandhiji relaunched the civil disobedience movement. What were the factors which provoked to relaunch the civil disobedience movement? What were the factors provoked to relaunch the civil disobedience movement? First one is the government started begun cycle of repression. Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, Jawaharlal Nehru both in jail. Third, the Congress had been declared illegal. Next, fourth, a series of measures had been imposed to prevent meetings and demonstration and boycotts. These are all which are made to disappoint Mahatma Gandhiji. That's why Mahatma Gandhiji declared once again apprehension. Mahatma Gandhiji relaunched the civil disobedience movement for over a year. The movement continued, but by 1930 it lost its momentum. Andre 1930 ಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, how participants saw movement. How participants saw movement. Okay, let us now look at the different social groups that participated in this civil disobedience movement. Why did they join the movement? What were their ideals? What did Swaraj mean to them? Let us look at social groups that participated in the civil disobedience movement. Okay. Why did they join the movements? What were their ideals? What did Swaraj mean to them? Okay. Let us continue in the next period how participants saw the movement. What we have discussed today class? We have discussed the civil disobedience movement. And next one is the Salt March and civil disobedience movement. Next, let us continue with how participants saw the movement. Thank you.